short started like this one, and I was casting. The main actor was also the one sitting next to the passenger, and kind of like minutes after the cast her, she let us know that she got the diagnosis of brain cancer for her mother, and the previous film was really with like this whole very mother relationship. While in real life she wasn't really able to have any like kind of conversation with her mother about the kind of saying goodbye in complex way, she told me in my film. And we kind of felt that, at least for us as filmmakers, kind of something between us, we didn't felt like we didn't really examine this film of kind of being able to be with one film to another to displace one of their problems. And so we did this new story, it's based on our story, the lead and something was better to me, and together we wrote it, and kind of the idea behind it was that we have this character who is forced to mature. It's just kind of running out of options of not dealing with their foreign relationship, not dealing with their father's relationship, not dealing with the death of the child with that. And kind of felt like we need to find a way to capture this intensity.
Yeah. And you're kind of, I guess you have a very, I guess, a distinctive style. Your style of framing is very it's very you. And how did you think in terms of adapting into this particular story?
So I feel like I wanted to find a way to capture the idea of movement and stillness in the same way. Kind of for me, I like this. For me, I see this film as kind of the conflict ended as soon as the film started. Their decision to go to the start. And I feel like that was kind of, it means that like all of her kind of support system really but she was always trying to deny it. She was awful. Even if I maybe as a filmmaker was awful with her. So you kind of want to feel this thing where there is complete stillness, the camera doesn't move. You don't get any relief that the car constantly moves. And I kind of felt like that's sometimes how life is, when something traumatic is happening to us. You kind of lose a little bit of agency. But it doesn't mean that life stops.
Great. Questions from the audience? Go ahead.
I was wondering about how did you feel about that? How did you feel about that experience on camera? Wondering how that affected
I kind of feel there is this process in filmmaking where things start when you write as not being metaphoric, right? Like grounded in real things, and then you start working and it becomes a metaphor to script images. And I really wanted to find a way to return to this original space of not being a metaphor. I wasn't able to say goodbye to my two dogs, I did with somebody else. And I kind of felt like if I'm deciding that this story that is based on something that to my actress in real life, kind of like her not being able to be there for the dog in still a way that she felt she wasn't able to be there for her mother. I felt like it can be a metaphor. And throughout the film you don't see the dog because it kind of stays as a metaphor. So I worked in an hospital. It was really important for us to find a dog that otherwise would die alone. So I would feel, not that the dog needs us in any way, I would feel the dog really gets to feel, but like this for us it felt like we've been there for the dog. And it was terrible. It was terrible watching it now. I forgot how terrible it is. It was terrible editing. It was terrible.
Questions? Jerry.
So my origin is as an editor, so I kind of feel it like filming one takes, it's a little bit like editing on camera. Like work the mise-en-scène, we decide when there is a close-up. So we worked really like everything is completely planned, with zero space for interpretation. And for me, I mean, one of the strengths is like we shot it consistently for several reasons. One of it is that it is what it is. You know, like we had we couldn't do a lot of takes, and we kind of like had to compare, and then I just be there and being able to exist. So it was basically me sitting there with them, and they were driving this really shitty, shady car. It kind of means stuff for me, like from my childhood, like this old car, and it was really terrible. I mean, yeah, I think doing one takes is, like all of a sudden you're like in a theater, like it's amazing. You're just standing there and nothing happens. And we filmed it, everything was filmed in one day, because it was important for my actors. They preferred to do like in a semi-long day and film it. They wanted to film it like in order. And it was just like, kind of, I think how film started to be, just something else special.
Did you say you only did one take?
No, I did several takes, but like not as many as I did in. I had a film here that like 7 years ago, and it was also only one takes, and it wasn't digital. And the amount of takes we had was immense. And here it wasn't. It was expensive.
Was there intention to create it from the point of view of the dogs? Is that what that means? Why don't the dog in the bottom of the because I know in the end, it's like
I think so. I'm really big on lack of agency. Really lack of agency. I kind of feel there is something about putting this. Like there is. I've been told that like this framing is called democratic shots because you're enabling the viewers to decide what to look for. But I also felt it's the complete opposite. Like you kind of the lack of movement kind of creates, for me at least as a viewer, this sense of frustration. And I put a lot of stakes in what it means to euthanize the dog on screen, using like this animal suffering as something that is cinematic too for me. And that's it. So I kind of felt like at least I want to be as frustrated as this dog. And I think, like while I was there is also like I didn't have the budget, for instance, like to make a decision to change it in the middle. This is what it is, we said with the camera, we didn't have the green person with us. And there was something hard. And I kind of felt like, okay, that's the experience of the character. I can accept it. And
back here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about what you just said about trying to escape writing metaphor. Do you feel that now looking back, like that's possible? To frame something, even if it's escaping that. You're not, in another way, just creating a new one, a new metaphor.
What do you think? I don't know. I mean, I think it's the biggest challenge. I think it's easier. Like I filmed this film in days between. So I didn't have any budget for this film, but I had budget to film a documentary. So I filmed it in between. And in the documentary, there is an higher stakes of lack of metaphor. It's three people's life. It sucks. They're suffering or their joys and two metaphors. So I think it kind of informed it. But in the end, you finish the film, people view it. It's their decision. I think I tried to push. It's basically all the footage I have. Everything, and the jump is because my assistant, the camera person, is taking the cut of film, which is right on it. So I kind of felt like I'm giving you all I have, and at this point, it's if it says I can afford, then I would say good one.
Awesome. So, what other projects do you have going?
So there is a feature version of it that is taking place in the States, and it's kind of takes place between Texas and ends up in Mexico. So there's that. And I'm doing a documentary where I'm now in production for the documentary. I just returned from Columbine, Colorado. I'm doing a documentary about parents who lost a child in school mass shooting. I always the life of the party. And I have another film that is in stages of pre-production, feature film about homeless children in New York.
Thanks so much for sharing it with us.
Thank you for having me. Paul is the best.